Oh my god, Belle, thank you for telling me. I'm so embarrassed. That game looked so cute too, and I was so excited to catch the audio for it. Damn. I'm so sorry. Here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a little awkward. Hey everybody, welcome to a very early morning stream. I'm up 3 hours earlier than usual, and so what we're gonna do is we are going to watch the Wholesome Direct today, and oh no, I can't do that and still be a co-streamer. Crap. Well, it might work. We're gonna watch the Wholesome Direct, and I'm sorry about that situation just now. But let's check out what a Wholesome Direct has to offer, huh?
Game or 2 or 3 day filled with first look.
I always loved the Wholesome Direct opening.
Welcome to Wholesome Direct 2026, your annual summertime celebration of joyful, thoughtful, and hopeful games. I'm Jenny Wyndham from the Wholesome Games team, and we have got a jam-packed show for you today, filled with first looks, news, and world premieres. So get ready to add to your wish lists. If a game, or 2 or 3 catches your eye and you want to learn more about it, make sure to visit wholesomegames.com right after the show for links and details to every title featured. Now, are you ready? I'm ready. Let's see what's in store for our first announcement.
Welcome to Dressmaker, a cozy game about making dresses, inspired by real-world dressmaking. Meet a range of clients who need outfits for different occasions. Take their measurements and adjust the mannequin to their exact size. Design the dresses in your sketchbook, cut out each panel, pin the pieces, and sew it all together. Choose from a wide range of notions and haberdashery. Deliver your creations to your clients and build relationships to gain prestige with each dress. Unlocking new fabrics and accessories from the Emporium. Make the dresses you've always dreamed of. In Dressmaker, coming to Steam this September. Wishlist now on Steam.
So cute looking.
Hey everyone, I'm Annabelle, the creative director behind Camper Make It Home, and today we are ready to show you our new game. This is Book Nook.
Hello, Book Nook. Belle, you're the perfect person to see this. You want to connect with a game, huh? This seems uniquely for you. I mean, I think it's very cute and looks enjoyable too, but this is very you. We were literally just talking about assembling these types of things.
Hi, Wholesome Direct. My name is Min, and I go by Min's Meadow on socials. I'm a cozy game content creator with a passion for farming sims, but I play a variety of cutesy casual games. I have a welcoming community where many of us are neurodivergent. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, and I'm a co-host of Slow Burn, a cozy game podcast. Next up is a beloved cozy game that shared its first ever trailer in Wholesome Direct 2023. It's back with a big announcement.
Juniper. You have my attention. Oh, neat. More Fields of Mystery stuff. That makes sense.
We are just getting started, but I wanted to take a moment to highlight this year's fundraiser.
Wait, no, why did that? Don't pause. Oh God, wait, hold on. Is that not gonna update in real time? Okay, this is not sustainable to watch those back in real time. We will go back and watch the ones that we missed at the end of stream, as awkward as it is. Oh, In the Drift. In the Drift is one I've heard of before. Hi, Old Ways. Yeah, I'm an official co-streamer for this showcase and the one after it. So we're up in the morning reacting. I'm so sleepy, man. That's okay. Oh, yoink.
We just wanted to take a moment to recognize these developers and publishers for making today's show possible.
Oh yeah, there's lots
Thank
of good
you
people
for
we
your
appreciate in
generous
there.
support. It means the world to us.
Somebody tell Babe
We've
about this
described
game. Oh
this
my
game
God.
as Untitled Goose Game meets Spirited Away.
All I knew about it was there was a capybara, so instantly I knew it was going to be wonderful.
I feel like Cappy is a cozy game because there's like a lot of opportunities to explore and play around. There isn't like dexterity checks.
So for folks who have a partner or a child who you're like, I really want to get you interested and playing interactive media, how do I do this? This is a very approachable way because there is someone who can lead and someone who is also there just having fun.
I want people to feel impacted by the story. I hope they laugh.
I hope they feel the whimsy, and I hope they also feel the intention that we put into the story.
I hope they feel mischievous.
I hope they feel mischievous is a good thing to hope for people.
Everything's on sale proudly. Where are we going? Discounty. Welcome
I remember
back,
Discounty.
Discounty employee. You sure got a lot done already. But don't you think it's time you made some real decisions? Blomkist yearns for change. But how it changes, that's up to you. Restore the town or crush their spirit. So, what are you waiting for?
Sure, this game was full of cursed situations.
It's something every business owner has to decide. People or profit. Out now.
Hey, Wholesome Direct.
I'm Anna. I'm Jazz.
I'm Ash, and we're stumped.
We love playing games together.
Whether it's helping each other through co-op adventures or trying to one-up each other in competitive party games.
Or even if it's all of us doing silly voices for characters while playing single-player indie games.
Our channel calls back to a time when you would get together with your best buds, sit on your comfy couch, and play games for hours.
And you're welcome to come sit on our couch too. The more the merrier.
Now, grab your friends, a camera, and keep your arms and legs inside the minecart while we take a look at our next game.
I mean, that's basically how I feel about hanging out with all of you. Hang out with other tourists, yeah. Sure. Oh, I see what the inspiration of this was. get it, you know? Dungeon tourists. Okay. Discover things together. All right.
Hello, Wholesome Direct. I'm Glasses Journal, your little ray of sunshine VTuber, and this right here is my friend Sprout, and we're both so excited to be here. You can join me and my community, the Little Sprouts, weekly on Twitch, where we check out a variety of games and celebrate their beauty and creativity, from retro classics that we grew up playing to new and exciting releases that definitely become our new hyperfixation for weeks at a time. And hey, speaking of new releases, a tiny world and big adventures await as we take a first look at this upcoming game.
Okay. Oh, I really like the character design in this one. And you just know there's gonna be cool magic in this. I want to live in a giant mushroom forest. What? Oh, we're tiny. Four-leaf friends. Okay.
The next 3 titles you'll see are part of Wholesome Games Presents, our publishing label that offers marketing support to some of our favorite up-and-coming developers. If you'd like to learn more about the titles we work with and never miss a beat, please visit wholesomegames.com and sign up for our monthly newsletter. We'd like to thank the nearly 1 million players who found a place in their heart for Is the Seat Taken? The logic puzzle game where you play matchmaker for groups of hilariously particular people.
Yeah, Keltra, I really like her hair.
We're proud to announce Is the Seat Taken is coming to PlayStation 5 this August.
Oh, this game's for me.
Transform an abandoned island into a bunny paradise in Usagi-shima.
Usagi-shima is really cute.
Craft a cozy retreat like no other by building cute shops and landscape features.
Wait a second, though.
And entice fluffy visitors to stick around by incorporating toys, plants, and charming decor. Capture adorable memories by using the photo feature, and get to know each bunny through activities like feeding, brushing, and playing with them.
How coincidental.
Under the right conditions, you just might meet rare and special bunnies as they pay a visit to your island.
That's so
Perfect
wild.
for anyone wanting to unwind and create a delightful bunny sanctuary. We're proud to share Usagi-shima is coming to Steam in October 2026.
So weird. My name is Bunny, and I like being
Dorian.
fed and
My name is
brushed
Dorian too.
and played with.
We made Mila
And I like
in the
living on an
past,
island
and
full
now
of
we're
only
working
food
on
and
a new
rabbits and
game
no other
called
people.
Milky Delivery.
So, Milky
Milky
Delivery is a
Delivery.
short but satisfying adventure game. You
I've
play
heard
as
about
Neha, a young bike courier, traveling across beautiful landscapes.
The demo's already
Deliver
out.
milk to a bunch of friendly villagers. Take care of your pet cow Milky and heal the community. Upgrade your bike to travel faster and farther to new destinations. Manage your resources and experiment with different flavors like strawberry or milk tea.
With each delivery, you learn more about the region, its people, and what's happened to all the other cows.
The demo is now live on Steam, so if you want to support us, go check it out and wishlist the game.
Merci.
Don't worry about taking notes unless you want to. After the show, visit wholesomegames.com for a handy list of all the games. That way, you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the show without stressing about missing any info.
Hey folks, I'm Adriaan, and together with the rest of the team, I'm very excited to show, for the first time and after 9 years of letting it cook, the sequel
I like the gift
to
behind
Hidden
him of
Folks.
just... Perfect.
Bloop, bloop.
Here's the thing, right? I'm a person who contains multitudes. I like horror, I like eldritch stuff, all these things, but I also like cute, cozy things. And I've always enjoyed coming down off of the adrenaline and all of the of the intense games I like with like a super cute game afterwards. Or same with like horror movies and horror anime and stuff.
hiddenfolks.com or wishlist on Steam.
Yay, more Hidden Folks.
It's time to take to the skies.
That Hidden
Harness
Folks
your
looks super
collection of
cute.
trusty gadgets to collect resources, clean up storm-damaged islands, and unravel the mystery of your Uncle Lou's disappearance.
But like,
this exclusive release date trailer has another surprise in store.
After
so
all the
stay
amazing
tuned as we
horror games
explore
of yesterday's
Lou's Lagoon.
showcase, after all of the amazing horror games of yesterday's showcase that had me like sweating and crying and like
Lou's Lagoon is a
panicking,
cozy exploration
bracing
and
against my
crafting
desk.
adventure.
Seeing all of
Explore the
those
Limbo
and then
Archipelago,
seeing the
home
cute
to
games I
vibrant
might be able to come
communities
down
and
from them
ancient
with
secrets.
the next day is great. Like for me,
Claim your slice of paradise, then build and decorate your island base to make it feel like home.
Higurashi is one of my favorite anime of all time, though you could never recommend it to anybody because it's too gruesome and distressing.
Fully customize your avatar with unique hairstyles, outfits, and accessories.
But I'd come down
Then
from watching it by
take to the
watching
skies
Bottle
in your
Fairy
very
afterwards,
own seaplane with
which
vibrant
is
skins and custom
the cutest
configurations.
anime that may have ever existed.
And put it all together to unravel the mystery of your uncle's disappearance.
Ooh, we love a mystery in
Lou's
addition
Lagoon
to
launches August
exploration.
27th, but you can try the demo today.
Oh, you know what? We might
Wholesome
spend
Direct.
some
My
time
name
next
is Nina,
week
but online
playing all
I'm
the
known as
demos
the
that are
Nina
available
Gabriella.
from this.
I run a YouTube channel talking all about my favorite farming, Japanese culture, and fashion-related video games. I
Okay,
love
Nina.
video games with a lot of creativity, a lot of passion, and a good storyline. But in addition to that, I love making mini vlogs talking about my life relating to Japanese culture. But coming up is a first look at a game that is all about helping folks see something new in the mirror and in themselves.
Oh, it's a persona making game. Okay. Yeah, all right. We know a lot of people who'd be into that. Bespoke Barber.
In case you missed
they
it,
have, like,
we're
demons and
collaborating
stuff,
with
too.
the Yeti to offer shirts that celebrate Wholesome Direct 2026 and support
Oh my God,
Transgender
they're
Law Center.
so cute.
Transgender Law Center is a trans-led organization championing the rights of all transgender and gender non-conforming people to make their own choices and live freely, safely, and authentically. They believe
Go
that
Wholesome
everyone's
Direct, go.
liberation is interconnected and that none of us are free until all of us are free. When you purchase one or both of this year's designs, a portion of each sale will benefit Transgender Law Center's work, using
Jesus, the way I'd buy
community-driven
those.
strategies that harness trans knowledge, power, and joy to ensure they not only survive but thrive at all ages and phases of life. Visit wholesomegames.com to order now.
Oh, hey! Wandering Village last Leviathan update? Or is this a sequel? Is this more content or an update? Because Wandering Village is very cool. DLC. Got it. Got it. Got it. Roger Dodger. Okay. Nice.
Croakwood is a relaxed and creative town building simulation game about frogs, nature, and an ancient forest. Design and create a town from the ground up with an abundance of customization options. Guide the growth of a community of tiny amphibians. Explore an old and mysterious forest. Manage the economy as the townsfolk gather and craft each resource by hand. And care for them while they live their daily lives.
Hi, Wholesome Direct. I hope you all are able to find a moment to check in with yourselves today. I'm Memes, also known as Mimikyu on Twitch and YouTube. I love drawing, story-rich games, co-working with you, and
The
building
dream
community.
is to be one of these people who
Our
helps
space
with this.
focuses on warm energy, continual awareness, and the belief that there is strength in vulnerability. Up next, a poetic platformer about a boy, a fawn, and their unique bond.
Hi, Benny. Oh, this game looks cute, but also like it's gonna make me cry. Hi, Belle.
After the show, head on over to Steam for the official Wholesome Direct event. You can show your support for your favorite games in the showcase by adding them to your wishlist.
Hey Wholesome Direct, I'm Evelyn and I go by Gapsmolders online. My YouTube channel is a weird mix of wholesome games, horror games, puzzle games, and it somehow works. I also stream on Twitch, and some of my favorite days there are the ones where a chat and I work together on hidden object games or anomaly games. If you've been waiting patiently for the next game announcement, your wait is over. It's a world premiere.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
Welcome to Wattsburg. We're glad you're here.
Patience is a Virtue is a mystery puzzle game about communicating with people you don't understand. Chronically ill college grad Lewis has just moved back home, but this time, everything seems different.
Interesting.
After encountering a mysterious entity that communicates only through a cassette player, Lewis must consult with it and the townsfolk to discover the truth.
more to explore in Wattsburg. So get out there and get looking. Enjoy your stay.
Design and Conjure is a cozy magic game where you tidy, decorate, and build scene by scene. Restoring a magical hometown one space at a time.
I'm gonna just let you watch this.
From enchanted
and then I'll
bedrooms
have
to potion
comments.
shops, and now revealed for the first time, outdoor scenes. Set up camp, unpack magical picnics, and arrange your perfect spot beside a flowing waterfall. With 1,500 plus items and a brand new creative mode, a fresh demo is available now. Explore a world of wonder in our next game, a farming sim about reigniting the long-lost friendship between humans and dragons. Here's the exclusive release date reveal for Dragon Shelter.
Yeah, there's been some really great stuff today. So cute. Oh, to be a dragon in a cute shelter.
Hi, Wholesome Direct. I'm Kiwis and Stars, and I love deeply rich narrative-based games that pull on our heartstrings. A lot of the times, that looks like me playing games that make me cry on stream, or where I can smooch attractive characters, but overall, I just love the emotional journey that video games can take us on. Influence the life you lead through the objects you choose to keep in this decorating game that's out right now.
Okay. Yeah, this is... I know people who would love this game that are in the community.
While we're taking the time to celebrate incredible games, I'd love to also take a moment to highlight these wonderful co-hosts who have fostered welcoming and engaging communities through their love of wholesome and cozy games. A huge thank you to our co-hosts for being a part of this year's show.
So cool. I love seeing people out there living my dreams. Means the dreams are possible. Oh, the art in this is cool. It reminds me of like my favorite, or some of my favorite Game Boy Advance games of yore. But it looks like it's ready to bully me emotionally, which is what I like out of a game. Okay.
Hi, Wholesome Direct. I'm Yepany Doodles, an illustrator and miniature clay artist. I encourage others to explore creative hobbies through my clay YouTube videos and my gamified co-working space on Twitch called the Bunny Space Station. Our community's motto is rest and self-care are productive. With that same restorative energy in mind, find your footing and open a tea house in this low-stress game about returning home. The best part? You can give the demo a try today.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Wen.
I'm Felicia.
And I'm Brian.
We're the founders of Wholesome Direct.
And this is our very first game, Froggy Brews, a cozy adventure game about a frog serving tea. Our demo drops today on Steam, so come and brew with us.
My tea! Thank you. Well, I do like frogs.
Hello Wholesome Games, we are Mel and India from Frontier.
And we're so excited to be here today to show you Planet Zoo 2, the sequel to one of our most beloved games.
Planet Zoo
The
2
second
is a
Planet
charming
Zoo.
and cozy sandbox game where you can create and manage your very own zoo.
Today, we want to give you an exclusive look at the grey wolf, just one of the incredible animals in our game, each behaving and reacting in natural and authentic ways. And for the first time, flying and fully aquatic species join your zoo.
Now it's time to take a closer look at our grey wolf. Let's place down an enrichment item and see what happens. Oh no, we woke one of the pups.
That's just one example of a range of new natural responses that you will see from your animals. Speaking of natural, this habitat looks incredible.
Oh, it's
Mel,
gorgeous.
can you tell us how you put this together?
I wanted it to feel like a cozy nook for our wolves, so I made this autumnal forest as the setting for their habitat. The terrain tools make it easy to adapt your zoo according to your animal's needs.
Look at them drinking and swimming. We should also add more enrichment for our wolf pups to play with. They have a lot of energy.
And this is only the beginning. With the help of our ready-made blueprints and a huge variety of individual scenery pieces, Planet Zoo 2 offers you so much creative freedom where you can build the zoos and aquariums of your dreams. We can't wait for you to jump in.
I have some big feelings about that. Like, it comes out right before my birthday, and I love an aquarium.
Once again, a huge thank you to these teams whose support made today's show possible.
This is another game that I really liked what we played of it. Then we need to go back to it at some point. Probably start over. But Cozy Grove was really cute. Is this a DLC or a sequel? Adopt animal companions. Find forever homes for animals. Okay, I'm getting big, like, DLC or story update energy from this. Okay.
The developers of our next game have been hard at work since its early access launch in 2024. And now, with the help of its active player community, they're back to cut the ribbon on version 1.0. We're also excited to announce it's coming to Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. Welcome back to Go-Go Town.
What makes a perfect town? Let's go take a look and see. Could it be a bustling high street, or perhaps a sense of community? Maybe it's the wondrous sights attracting tourists of every variety. Well, no matter what it is, your town is far from it. Roll up your sleeves, Mayor, and get to work. Now we're getting somewhere. What a quaint little town. Oh, I wonder what could be in those. town your own. Make this town your home. Make this town for them. Make this town productive again. Will your town be wholesome? Or maybe not.
Ooh,
So
I
what
can murder
makes a
people and have
perfect
vampires?
town? Well, I'll leave that one up to you, Mayor.
This is
Hi,
the
Wholesome
perfect
Direct.
town.
My name is Marty, and I create content mainly around low-stress gaming. Although when I first started out, that wasn't always the case. My community now is a space for people who love story-driven games, life sims, co-working, and immersive reading sessions. I especially love sharing gameplay on games that allow you to slow down, build something meaningful, and just exist in a more intentional space. Speaking of, coming up next is a solarpunk MMO about building a more sustainable world together.
Loftia is a cozy multiplayer world all about connecting with friends, both new and old, and building a more sustainable future together. Create flourishing neighborhoods across a variety of floating islands as you craft, decorate, farm, and adventure alongside friends. Express yourself through a wide range of character
Loftia was pretty
customization and
cute.
home decoration options. And collaborate on community projects and adventures to help the world flourish and grow.
I would have played more of this playtest, except for I literally kept falling through the world because it was like a specific issue that they were already fixing. And it's not a problem anymore, but the playtest ended. So
after an
I look
exciting
forward to get
closed
into
beta
it
period,
again.
we don't have to wait long for more.
But the closed
Loftia
beta was
is
very
coming
fun when I
fall
played it.
2026.
Fall 2026. Nice. Okay, this has really cool graphics.
Don't forget, if you'd like to pick up this year's Wholesome Direct 2026 shirt designs, created in collaboration with the Yeti, visit wholesomegames.com. In addition to being a great keepsake for this year's show, a portion of each shirt sold will benefit Transgender Law Center, a trans-led organization working towards transgender liberation through changing law, policy, and attitudes so that all people can live safely, authentically, and free from discrimination, regardless of their gender identity or expression. Again, if you'd like to support this organization and get a cute t-shirt, visit wholesomegames.com.
Too, same. It's good to see you. I've been trying to keep up with my screaming for this as well. There's been some great stuff covered already.
Hello everyone, my name is Patrick and I run the channel Nintendo Talk here online. On my channel, we cover the latest and greatest cozy games, especially those that appear on Nintendo consoles, Pokopia, Tomodachi Life, Animal Crossing, even after 6 years. I also co-host a podcast called the Slow Burn Podcast, which appears every Wednesday on every streaming platform. But enough of that. A new life awaits in our next game, a popular life sim with a special announcement to unpack today.
Oh? Oh. Okay.
Tumi, Pupati.
Free unpacking themed updates are out now. It's been good so far. I haven't actually.
Your high-come comforting friend and lore keeper. I love all things earthly and ethereal.
We love
creating
Nimbly.
trauma-sensitive and comforting spaces for gamers of all backgrounds.
She's actually a
And
member
I'm
of
so
ND+.
honored to be an official co-host for the Wholesome Direct for the
And her
second year
birthday
in
was
a
just the
row.
other day, and she's so sweet.
In our next game,
And she's a guildie with
a
me.
peaceful
I love
summer
her.
day is interrupted by a flood. Let's take a look at the premiere.
More Moomins! I'm so glad that she's the one who announced Moomins! Hold on, I've got to brace myself against my desk. We got Moomins! Is this a second new Moomin game? Because I'm gonna lose my mind if this is a second new Moomin game. We're just getting the other one. Hold on. I'd like... Okay, I'm just gonna keep holding my desk. Moomin Summer Madness?
Let's take a deep breath together. It's time for one of my favorite Wholesome Direct traditions, the montage. These great games will go by quickly, but remember, you can find the full list of titles after the show at wholesomegames.com. Now here we go.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of these. Oh, this one's beautiful. Oh, there's a second tome coming out? Okay. The problem with montages is there's no time to react to something before we're on to the next thing. So I'll talk about it in a sec. Chorus is absolutely my kind of like weird existentially bizarre monster house where the door is its mouth that you have to walk in on its tongue, like absolute bizarre. Oh, that game has a kalimbo in it.
We've reached the end of this year's Wholesome Direct, but the fun doesn't stop here. Be sure to head on over to Steam to support the teams and games shared in this showcase.
So rapidly.
You can find a full list of all the games featured in our show today by visiting wholesomegames.com. And before we go, here's one last thank you to everyone who helped bring the Direct to life again this year.
Thank you to everybody who made it happen.
Jeff, Emily, and the Summer Game Fest team, our outstanding co-hosts, the developers and publishers who all contributed their trailers, our translators for making this event accessible around the world, our moderators for taking care of our online community, our artist Saffron, who truly brought the concept of foraging for wholesome games to life with her artwork, and of course, to you for watching and supporting the show. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. We'll be back this winter for Wholesome Snack 2026. Until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you then.
We also always watch the Wholesome Snack. Okay, so while we're between showcases...
Welcome to Wholesome Direct 2026, your annual summertime celebration of joyful, thoughtful, and hopeful games. I'm Jenny Wyndham from the Wholesome Games team, and we have got...
I don't know why it started over again, but I do want to...
And small bears with big personalities. Mountain Village bustling with
off really
odd
quick,
spirits,
we missed it
plucky
before.
humans, and small bears with big personalities. Befriend the spirits by piecing together their broken past. Repair,
I'm so into this.
Decorate, and expand your mountainside home. Join a way station, plan epic orchards,
God, I'm
build
so into
creative
this.
mega projects, or even throw fashion shows to unleash your inner fashionista. Make new friends or invite your own. Hop on a fluffalo to harvest together, or host a jam session. Explore the soaring heights and tranquil valleys of
so
a new
good.
mountain peak every few days, and build launch pads to blaze new trails. Each day brings new co-op minigames to play.
Okay. Now the question is, okay, Summer Games Fest. Where do I find Story Rich games? Where are my story game homies? No, that's Green Games. Well, that's it on YouTube. Are you gonna start airing it soon? Bros? Okay, hold on.
Hi, Wholesome Direct. My name is Min, and I go by Min's Meadow on socials. I'm a cozy game.
Okay, hold on. Thanks for the badge and showing off cool games. Thanks. Yeah, we're gonna watch the next showcase. I just don't know why I can't find it. Is it on the Fellow Traveler channel? Yes, Fellow Traveler Games is hosting it. Whoo, I found it. Okay. I'm so happy to have shared that. Thanks for being here, the Gecko. I am in my Discord. In my Wholesome Direct co-screaming. Trying to catch up on my thoughts on all of this. I know I wasn't as talkative as I would have liked to have been for some of that, and I'm sorry. There were so many good things in there. We do have an ad break that has to happen, and so rather than doing it during the demos, I'm going to run it right now while there's still over 3 minutes left before the showcase starts. There was a lot it's hard with the montages. I'm going to come out here to talk about it. In the meantime, so with the Wholesome Direct, I love everything, but it's hard with the montages to keep up. So let's talk about it together super fast, okay? And I'll expand on my notes for like the blog and everything, but let's go through this together, huh? Okay, of the things that we got to see, Dressmaker was the first one. Open a dress shop, get fancy patterns, or make fancy patterns of your own. Get new materials, new fabrics, make dresses, make friends. Super adorable. There was also Book Nook, where you literally make like these cute little like single room dollhouse diorama things for your bookcases, and there's like a beautiful story attached to your puzzle solving. And don't just complete book nooks and place furniture and decorations, but like enjoy the satisfaction of making these things. And the demo already exists, it's already out now, and it's very like tactile feeling, and it looked great. We had Dungeon Tourists, where it's very what if co-op Pokemon Snap inspired, but there's also like axes swinging at your head and stuff sometimes, and like traps and dungeon shenanigans, and you can customize your character, and it was really cute. Fields of Mystery is finally entering 1.0, and so they previewed marriage and children and village design and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, Belle, get a Steam account and add us as friends and join the Steam community and stuff. And a bunch of these are free demos, which is cool. Okay, so Fossil Quest, you design your own museum exhibits, which is awesome. Discounty is like a weird eldritch grocery store running in a creepy world with weird stuff going on game. I really need to check out more about the Cozy Grove Camp Spirit update. Cappy Castaway is Capybara Goose Game but co-op, and really touching. Beast Folk Barber seems very much like create your own fursona or like demon sona. Anamori looks almost like Wholesome Paprika. Like, it looks so fascinating and surreal. I can't summarize my thoughts on it yet, but we're gonna do deep dives into the games that were in this next week. So if you want way more info on each of these, we're gonna look at the Steam pages for every single one of these games and play the demos that are available for all the ones that have demos available next week.
We've lost contact with the Terminarch strike team.
But
the helicopter was shot down. One agent survived. Your job is to guide them out.
The mission must be completed. Secure Burn 9 at all costs. That information is well above your pay grade.
Get to work. Operator.
Oh, I'm not on the official co-stream list for this one.
I need you to direct me.
That's okay. I love Fellow Traveler and will still do that.
Awaiting your order. Should I engage?
But I'm gonna steal this window back.
Let me know if there are any surprises. Okay, not great. Stay with me, please.
Nothing is more important than Burn 9.
What's really going on here?
The mission takes priority.
Operator, tell me the truth.
Keep control of the agents. They're an asset, nothing more.
You're my only way out of here.
Operator, give me an update. Where is the asset?
Burn 9. Coming in 2026.
Dodo, can you hear me? Dodo, come in! Dodo!
Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever Story Rich Showcase. I'm Spencer from Fellow Traveler, and I'll be your host today.
First ever!
We just saw the debut trailer for Burn 9, a spy thriller from the team at 14 Hours Productions. But that's not all we have in store for you. No. The team has been hard at work over the past few months.
Hi, Spencer.
From all over the world. We love and publish narrative games, and
I love Fellow Traveler so much.
Games could really shine.
I've been working together
Next hour,
on
we'll have brand new games to show you.
Story Rich game stuff with Fellow Traveler
for
for
some news from teams you may not have heard from in a little while.
like 4 years.
And what showcase would be complete without some world premiere reveals. Now, let's start the show.
All right, Grandma, here we are.
Don't open the door! It's that prick, Ellen.
Hey, Jessatron! How's my favourite niece?
You're already dreaming about all the useless things you want to buy with her inheritance.
Okay. I love every game that I've ever played
Mum,
that these devs have ever worked on.
We're having apple crumble.
Apple crumble is not a birthday cake.
Oh.
Daniel is an altar boy serving a mysterious church. One night, a demon quietly takes hold of him. When his grandfather suddenly falls deathly ill, Daniel discovers something strange. Every time he performs a good deed, the old man heals. Sounds like a miracle, right? Except, for every act of kindness, a portal to the underworld tears open. Catechesis is a psychological horror RPG where you explore unsettling environments, meet characters you'll care about, and face demons head-on with twin-stick combat, or slip past them with stealth. Puzzles, minigames, and new abilities await. Inspired by Deadly Premonition, RPG Maker classics such as Mad Father, and anime like Evangelion and Jujutsu Kaisen, featuring an original score by Garrod, composer of Valhalla and Yuppie Psycho. If you're ready to descend into the mysteries of this new religion, the Catechesis demo is available now.
That looks interesting. Could you imagine a mosquito bites you and that's how a demon gets into your body? Oh, we're back to Rusty Lake. Oh my gosh.
Its most prosperous house belongs to the Vanderbooms, a peculiar family who hire servants to clean their mess. You've Aldous, the trustworthy. He seeks wisdom while upholding family tradition. Alexandra, the bright, full of ruthless ambition, the holder of the family lineage. And William,
got it, servant of the lake,
gentle to the staff when he's not in a blind drunken rage. Once a year, they gather to feast and reminisce. While beneath the surface, tensions take root. To the next unfortunate servant, choose carefully who you trust.
Hi, my name is Danny O'Dwyer and I run NoClip, the crowdfunded video game documentary channel on YouTube, and NoClip 2, our other channel where we attempt to discover and highlight great underground and indie games. Now look, I'm preaching to the choir here, but you may know that narrative in games is very important. A lot of the games that I played as a kid, I played because of how they looked or what their gameplay was, but I probably didn't realize that I was playing a lot of them because of the stories and the places in which they took place. But what I found interesting is over the past 10 years how indie developers have really taken up the mantle of great storytelling in games. When I think about some of the games that we've enjoyed the most on NoClip 2 over the past couple of years, it's games like 1,000 Times Resist, The Seance of Blake Manor, Queen's Domain, and even the recently released Wax Heads. Games with wonderful gameplay, but ultimately games where the player is pushed forward because of that narrative. The next game up today is from a studio that's no stranger to making great narrative games, having previously worked on Tangle Tower and Crow Country. So let's check out The Mermaid Mask by SFB Games.
Oh shit! Mermaid Mask. Yeah. I'm so here for this one.
I came to the submarine to meet him, not murder him. Magnus Mortuga was a man of great will and great strength. And there his body lay, his blood pooling beneath him.
The next morning, Miss Seafoam has taken over as captain.
We just came in here to question you since you're one of the suspects.
But I heard you!
Yeah, no, that doesn't get you off the hook, I'm afraid.
What?
You'd like a succinct yet exhaustive rundown of our operational philosophy?
It seems our collective fate hangs on the outcome of your investigation.
So Mortuga was alone in a locked room.
Quite the story, isn't it?
Sure, that's why I got myself trapped in the murderous submarine.
This was on the floor of the crime scene.
Did you intentionally get yourself trapped in a murder submarine either way?
Surely some solemn secret, dark and dreadful. Murder and mutiny, cauldrons and curses. Any further questions?
Yeah, several.
That's awesome, Benny. Okay, so Danchi Days was also in the last showcase in the like rapid fire stuff at the end, and so I'm hoping we see more in this one. a little bit more.
Kia ora tātou, Tala here from Origame Digital. We're here in
I don't know what to make of a line held tight. We're going to look closer into that too.
Generation. Well, we're thrilled today to show you off the story of our next game, Penguin Colony, which is an adaptation of At the Mountains of Madness and A Shadow Out of Time. This story takes place after Lovecraft died, and we asked the question, who his protagonist would have been? Maybe you already know. Look, to make Lovecraft horror work, you've got to do new. Because
Lovecraft
what
horror
is new but the unknown? And the fear of the unknown is the strongest of mankind's oldest emotions. This could be someone's first dip into Lovecraft. So let's start things off slow. No Cthulhu, no Dagon. People have a tendency to overdo it. Well, I've been sitting here yapping for long enough. Why don't we watch
Thanks,
the trailer?
Origame. This is gonna be Penguin Colony, I just know it.
The Aryan people once built great civilizations. Thousands of years ago, they ruled the entirety of the world.
As a man of the sciences, what sits before me is the discovery of a lifetime. A being unlike any. Can you imagine the wealth our world would inherit if only a slither of what it knew was given to us?
Yeah. E memeha haere ana ka marama kua whakangao etahi I te urupa huna.
What you see before you is the greatest discovery mankind will ever make. Deep within the city, we shall make contact with him. We shall meet our father race, the architects of mankind.
I love a new At the Mountain of Madness and other stories combined game.
Creator, and one of the things that I do is find good games and share them with you. There's a very special reveal coming up, but first, here are 3 games that I would recommend that are included in the story-rich mega bundle that is out right now on Steam. This is a charming and creepy adventure puzzle game by Rusty Lake. You are on a train, but every time you pull into a new station, you've moved through the timeline of a character's life. It's called Underground Blossom. In Yuppie Psycho, it's your first day of working for a big corporation, but at orientation, you find out it's part of your job to hunt a witch. It's an unforgettable story set in a dystopian 90s society. And in this game, you're inside your house after an alien invasion, told to keep your doors locked and to stay inside. But then there is a knock at the door. You have to decide who is human and who is not, and more importantly, who you let inside. It's called No, I'm Not a Human. All 3 of these games and more are included in the story-rich mega bundle on Steam. And now, one of my favorite story games is Beacon Pines, so come with me and let's go and see what that team is doing next.
Wait, do we have new stuff from the team from Beacon Pines at Fellow Traveler? Oh, I'm so excited. Beacon Pines was my favorite game of that year. We streamed the demo every single time an update to the demo would even happen. I love Beacon Pines so much. They make such good games over at Fellow Traveler. Wicked Delights. Oh my god, this looks so good. Oh my god. Yeah, my wish listing now. Obviously. Holy crap.
What's going on? What is this place? And Ivy, what happened to me? This place doesn't look like a hospital.
Hey, can you hear me?
Who are you? I don't feel good. I think I'm falling asleep.
Okay.
Trisha, don't ever touch my car. Do you even realize what you've done?
Lost in the Roots, I've had my eye on a little bit. It comes out third quarter this year.
They thought was a weapon. But I was right. It is a god. And then she woke up.
I'm Maddie Myers.
And I'm Zoe Hanna.
We're the co-founders and co-owners of Mothership, a reader-supported website with gaming coverage for her, for them, and yes, even for him.
At Mothership, we cover games through the lens of identity. Stepping into the shoes of another person or thing, inhabiting a body other than your own, is always part of the gaming experience. Story-forward titles like the ones in this showcase are very much our thing.
Coming up next is a murder mystery adventure game called Duppy Detective Tasha that's rooted in Caribbean folklore.
Our heroine must find both the murder culprit and her lost cell phone. That last bit is something I bet we can all relate to. Yeah. Let's take a look.
Growing up, Granny would tell me and my cousin them all kind of old story. About rolling calf, old hig, river mama, the bagger antics of Sly Mongoose and Brother Anansi. Tell you the truth.
I love how many horror and detective games are in this showcase so far.
But no, it looked like story come to bone, and I am in the middle of one. What to believe, who to trust, or what even is happening, I couldn't tell you. One thing I can tell you for certain though, my name is Tasha Ann Palmer, and I will sort it out. Them no know who me, don't know who frightened.
Okay, so Caribbean folklore, mystery, adventure, point and click, choose your own adventure game where you have to solve a horrifying murder and find your lost cell phone. I mean, sounds great to me. Also, it's good to see you, Quark Beast. I know I didn't say it, but hi. Yeah, the Gecko, also a while ago you said this, but I didn't respond out loud, I realize. I think I only responded in my head. You had mentioned that the Wholesome games weren't just soft themed, and I'm gonna throw it out there. So many Wholesome games are actually deeply emotional or like intensely story driven games that have stuff that just is pain, but it's part of what we love. We like the hurt, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, it's not unfortunate. We live for it. Oh, this game has me in a chokehold. What? This is reminding me of... Oh, there have been a few There have been a few games that have these vibes, but not mechanics like this. This is so cool. It looks good to kill.
My name is Riker. I'm based in Johannesburg, South Africa, and I'm making Detective
Hi, Riker.
Turner, If Looks Could Kill.
Good job on this game so far.
Mystery, and I wanted to basically create a bit of a symbiosis of like this ensemble cast of Knives Out set in the world of The Devil Wears Prada. So you play as this character, Detective Turner, who is this quirky investigator who hates computers and just wants to do everything analog. They take Polaroids of everything and write everything down in their little notebook so that you don't have to. What's a little controversial or different about this game, I think, is that the world is being narrated to you as text written over the floors or the walls or the evidence or the body. And the more you look into it, the more you basically read between the lines and find even deeper meaning and more clues.
Tell them to wishlist the game.
Wishlist on Steam.
If you like what you've seen today, make sure you stop by Steam and wishlist some of your favorite upcoming games. You may have heard about it before, but wishlisting is super important for indie games and is a great way to show some love to the developers who are working hard to make sure we always have something great to play. Everything you've seen in today's showcase can be found over on the Story Rich Showcase page on Steam for your easy wishlisting convenience.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the show.
Hi.
If you want to follow along and look at any of them, here you go.
And we're really excited to show you our new adventure management title, The Hearth and Harbour.
Oh, yes, please.
You are
Gecko
Purcell.
when you're...
You've left your home for a fresh start on a new shore.
At the end.
A place that boasts beautiful landmarks, rich culture, and plenty of entertainment. But the food, well, the food could use some improvement.
Is this Hearth and
As fate would
Harbour?
have it, you've invested your last coppers in a rundown restaurant. With Cyril, your trusty new cook by your side, settle into routine.
Every day, you'll need to build your menu, head to the markets, catch up with the vendors, and buy ingredients. Then it's time for service.
Yeah, this
As
is Hearth and
customers
Harbour.
arrive, they'll need to be greeted, seated, and looked after. Kit will take their order and Cyril will prepare their meals while you balance the needs of your guests against the stress of your staff. In the evening, the city is yours to explore. Invite new customers, progress friendships, and decompress from the long day. And then you do it all again. Good ingredients, good service, and good meals will build your favor with the people of Luthport. You'll need to make rent each month, but favor is as important as coin. Favor is a resource that can be spent to cut deals with vendors
That makes
or
sense.
solve problems for the townsfolk. Earning trust will grant you recipes and gifts from friends. These improvements will allow you to create more expensive dishes and to make your restaurant more comfortable for customers, building even more favor and discovering new stories.
As the winds change and war threatens your new home, these relationships will be your lifeline. Tensions will brew and resources will become scarce. But if you've been kind, your community will support you when push comes to shove. This new life is a chance to decide what kind of person you are. What will you do when you're backed into a corner? Will you protect others or prioritize your own survival? The best way to support us is to wishlist the Hearth and Harbour on Steam and let us know what you're curious about saying next. Sláinte!
Hearth and Harbour is one that I have been like following and tracking on Steam. I've been following the development. Oh, this is Shelf Life. Shelf Life Art School Detective. I really like the art style.
In Grave Seasons, we have a variety of different NPCs, and everyone has their own specific role in town. All these NPCs have their own schedules. They move pretty much autonomously throughout the town of Ashen Ridge. Sometimes events will interrupt that schedule. like murder, for example. You can see that the town doesn't necessarily revolve around your interactions with these NPCs too.
It makes you care about everything more. It makes you care about the people in the town if they feel real. And I also think that when you have the ever-looming threat of murder or violence, it's even more important for you to care about those people. We want the characters and people in Ashbridge to feel like people, and that means that not all the meaningful relationships you have to be romantic.
In limiting our pool of romance options a little bit, I find that we've been able to get a lot more rich story detail. All of the romanceable characters.
It is no secret that you can romance the killer. That could be an experience you're trying to opt into, is where it could get more dangerous or morally complex.
Because of the fact that when you begin again, a different character from our campaign pool will be selected, you can still romance that same character when they are not the killer.
Oh,
and you will
interesting.
see a different side of them. Aside from being a farming sim, Grave Seasons is also a horror game. We really do value that sense of loss as a part of the genre, and we don't necessarily want to shy away from the idea that if you don't engage with the horror aspects of this game, you might lose out in some of your relationships.
If you're talking to someone and you're like, wow, I hope you're not next, there's an added element, I think, in order to make sure that hits emotionally.
Sure. The component between horror and sort of cozy is the murder mystery. Even in a game that's sort of as broad as Grave Seasons is, we are thinking of all these mechanics as also vehicles for story, making sure that these storylines are well designed and propulsive, and not just creating content for content's sake. It was really important to us as we were sort of crafting the overall narrative of Grave Seasons.
I love that they're trying intentionally to make something repulsive, and that was their own word for
Long time
it.
no see. I hope you're enjoying the show. The Story Rich Showcase
Okay,
Steam
I have
page
so many
features
thoughts.
all of the games from today's showcase. You might even be watching this there right now. You can also buy, play, or wishlist everything you've seen today. There's also demos for some of the games that we just announced. If that's not enough, there's also the Story Rich Mega Bundle, which features 10 of the best narrative games in recent memory. Okay, let's get back to the announcements.
Yeah, more announcements.
I know we don't get called into places where they expect a lot of survivors. And I can't accept that. Not after what I've seen.
Is this
I'm here now.
Ambrosia
I'm
Sky?
not leaving this time.
Is Ambrosia Sky getting Act 2 finally? Ambrosia Sky came out November of last year, at least Act 1 of it.
We can do this. We can actually save somebody. Oh my god. That's her. Reconnecting calls. Final report of Dahlia Volkova.
Act 2 free update arrives in August. Cat. This is building relationships. This was also in the Southeast Asian game showcase that we'll be talking about next week. You are the house. So building relationships, you're experiencing life as a house, and you're the house that's on the adventure. Oh wow, that was pathetic. Thanks, Millie.
Hi, I'm Juan Pablo from Mercury in Dream, and I'm here to talk to you about our game,
Desktop Explorer,
In this
yeah.
game, you'll have to navigate through your uncle's old computer and find out what happened to the person he was looking for and how a program called Desktop Explorer was messing with his head. Everything is computer-centric, so be ready to solve puzzles using computer features you never thought could be used as puzzle mechanics. However, this old computer has more to it than just text files. We haven't talked about this in detail in previous announcements, but Desktop Explorer can change quite a bit in its approach to torment its different users. For example, since the computer's youngest user was addicted to a virtual chat room, well, you'll have to read conversations from years ago and understand what made her play a lot with Desktop Explorer. Combine all of your skills to reach the truth of it all. Remember, nothing is off the table. We'd love to share more, but we want to leave plenty of secrets for you to find when you play the full game. So please, leave us a wishlist on Steam. In an age where people are taking counsel and pseudotherapy from computers, we are taking a look back and telling a story of what happens when we try and solve human problems with the coldness of technology. Will you outsmart the computer? Will you solve the mystery? Will you become a desktop explorer? Thank you so much! We really hope you enjoy the game when it comes out on July 17th.
July 17th,
and right now, you can check the demo on Steam. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
Nice. Oh, this Summer Fit Game Fest is just banger after banger after banger. Son of a bitch. Unless great games come out a year, so I don't need them all in my heart and in my Steam library. Bat! Not the bat! Nima, don't hurt your mom and the rat and all the people. Am I Nima? Are you, girl? Are you?
Story Rich Showcase is brought to you by the team at Fellow Traveler. We're an indie publishing label that focuses on narrative games, and you may have played some of our past hits like Citizen Sleeper, 1000 Times Resist, or the recently released Titanium Court. We've had a few games in the showcase so far, like Burn 9 and Penguin Colony, but we have even more to show off. Let's check it out.
Okay, Fellow Traveler, what else you got for us? Oh, Nirvana Noir. Yep. An important addition to their collection. I'm kidding, I don't want less cool games to come out. It's just a lot. The solo dev did almost everything for that game, which is cool.
How's it going? My name is Edmund Tran, and I'm the managing editor of a little website called This Week in Video Games. This Week in Video Games is a completely independent, reader-funded website covering games.
Scrabdackle's really exciting too.
We're completely commercial-free, which allows us to focus on the stuff that actually matters instead of appeasing algorithms. Things like curating stuff that's actually important, as well as working on in-depth reporting, long-form writing and developer interviews, and making sure we respect your time as well as our own. We absolutely love narrative games because we know they have the capacity to tell highly evocative and effective stories, and that the full potential of the medium and its methods have yet to be completely realized. Each year we discover new narrative games that hit us in surprising new ways, which is why we were so keen to get involved in this showcase. And since we're based in Australia, we know firsthand just how many amazing independent video games are being made down here. So we're very pleased to be able to introduce these next titles, which have been on our radar for quite some time and are now on yours.
Oh, you've got no idea what you're caught up in, do you, Pet? When you signed the lease to that house of hers, you didn't just take Janet's attention.
What?
You put you and your mate smack bang in the middle of a cosmic battle between good and evil, the likes of which you couldn't possibly understand.
This is Janet de Mornay is a slumlord and a witch.
She's just a bitch.
PC, Mac, and PS5. Okay.
Hey, Dave here from Powerhoof. Last year we put out a pulp adventure thriller called The Drifter, and yeah, now I want to tell you about
team behind The Drifter.
Point and click fantasy adventure epic called The Telwinium. Join friends Pendar, Tanny, and Wit as they flee the Shadowfell, along with a two-headed rogue, the axe-wielding uplander Otar, and an army of skeletons. It's your first night away from Willow's Dean, and you have first watch. The Telwinium started as a kind of nostalgia project for me, like sort of evoking the books and games that I've been in love with since the 80s. The art style's in glorious 16-color EGA with like a 4:3 aspect ratio and stuff. Yeah, so like really like Sierra games that I grew up playing. And the soundtrack by Brandon Bloom, it's like straight from that era. It even sort of plays on the hardware that was used back in the day. The story's all the fun, tropey fantasy stuff that I grew up reading too, with the twists and turns that you'd expect from the writer of The Drifter. It throws you right into the action. Imagine it's the first night Bilbo leaves the Shire and Gandalf just had his throat slit. That's the setup. Then yeah, throw in a magic system, multiple player characters, an army of skeletons at your control, and you've got the Telwinium. Gameplay is a kind of a mix of old and new. There's no getting soft locked if you miss an item or like crazy moon logic puzzles. And yeah, it's point and click. There's no like typing in, look around. But like those early games, looking around is a big important part. Yeah, so there's like a dedicated look cursor. I sort of love how immersive some of those old games feel, despite their simplicity, just because you're really in the world, reading descriptions as you look around the room to get hints at what to look into more. So yeah, book 1 of the Telwinium, Winter's Dawn, is available as a demo on Steam right now. I've put out early versions of the first 3 books already, and yeah, once the 4th is complete, there'll be a sort of finished story, and I'll package them all up together here on Steam. And yeah, I really hope you'll have as much fun playing them as I've had making them, because it's been a blast.
Is this Demon School? Yeah, this is Demon School. This is Demon School if ever I've seen Demon School. Demon School is coming to Switch 2 and Steam.
Two of my team are walking wounded. The other is about to lose her mind. And now, a sacred monstrosity is in our way. It took a lot to make me go back to the Thousand Hells. But she could pay it, and more. I just had to bring her murdered sons out. I needed to assemble the right team. I just hoped I could bring everyone back this time.
An underworld heist.
We got past some very insistent guardian demons. But
We
now
like an
got our
underworld
first
heist.
scars. I was glad I'd recruited a singer when we met shades who demanded funeral songs. It was that, or be torn apart. So here we are, just worn down husks. But maybe we can still nick what we need from under the monster's snout. Well, at least most of us survived for our appointment with Queen Death.
Hi, Gareth Damian Martin here, creator of In Other Waters and the Citizen Sleeper series. I hope you're enjoying the Story-Rich Showcase so far. I'm dropping in for just a little announcement. I'm happy to reveal that Citizen Sleeper 1 and 2 will be releasing on Nintendo Switch 2 on June 25th. If you already own either game, you'll be able to upgrade to the Switch 2 edition for free on that day too. But that's not all. On June 7th, that's tomorrow, I'll be in the PC Gaming Show to reveal my brand new game in a world premiere. The show starts at 8 PM BST, 12 PM PDT, so don't miss it. I'll see you there.
And that does it for the first ever Story Rich Showcase. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being a part of the show. If you still want more narrative games, make sure to check out the Story Rich Showcase page on Steam, where you can buy or wishlist everything you've seen today. You can also check out the Story Rich Mega Bundle, and you can even play demos for some of today's games. If that's still not enough for you, make sure to mark your calendars for Ludonarracon, our annual narrative game festival that'll be returning to Steam from October 8th to 12th.
Yeah.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without a ton of work from across the team, without support from our partners who helped us bring this show to you, and of course, the developers who trusted us with their announcements. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next year.
Heck yeah! I hope to do stuff with fellow traveler in the future. I love this song. Meta Mind Defense Grid Blues demo by AP Thompson from Titanium Court. What a fun song. Okay. Well, as long as you feel nothing, nothing is happening. Perfect. About to have ourselves a real rough time. Okay. So, friends, we should talk. We should talk about everything we just witnessed really quick. Because it was more than I could keep up with during it. Back to back to back to back to back. Which is great. You want a lot of like super action grabby poppy things in a row like that, right? So we're gonna focus on this in the order we saw them before, right? So we're gonna talk about Wholesome Games really quick. So Wholesome Games Direct. God, there were so many cool things. I'd like to talk about them in the order they were talked about today, to the best of my ability. So we're kind of gonna teleport back to a couple hours ago. Dressmaker. Dressmaker seemed really cool. We talked about it before. If you're into like crafting stuff and fashion design, there was an exclusive trailer for a game where you get fabrics and all sorts of like appliques and materials, and you can design your own outfits and elements and run your own shop. And the shop had sort of Sophie's Hat Shop energy to it. But some of the things you can design is they're very cool. The whole list of games is on Wholesome Games, and I'm going to post a blog, and I'm going to update the Summer Games Fest Screaming channel later. But so Dressmaker, I think, is going to be an interesting thing for a lot of people. And who knows, maybe for those of you who have IRL skills or want to learn them, this will be an interesting game for you to check out too, because it shows how patterns come together and how you assemble each layer of every garment, and how to make these designs a reality in 3D. So Dressmaker, I think, is going to be interesting for a lot of people. And that's by Free Lives. And then they talked about how Loftia is coming in fall of 2026. So the cozy solar punk MMO where you farm and craft and discover floating islands and try to build a brighter world together with friends in like a hopeful rebuilding of the future. That announcement was interesting for a lot of people. Planet Zoo 2. Planet Zoo 2 looks so good. My only concern with Planet Zoo 2 is, one, I would play it for like 3 weeks straight. all of their schedules and sleeping and doing anything other than showering and eating and this game would not exist. I guess my only other concern would be if my computer can even handle a game that gorgeous. But Planet Zoo 2 drops right before my birthday this year, and in addition to incredible additions to what you can do in the zoo and lifelike reactions to things and how the animals behave, you can now finally bring fully aquatic activations to life and make your own aquariums. There's also flying birds and spaces for making aviaries and just all sorts of things, wildlife reserves. It was really, really gorgeous. And you can build this whole gorgeous world, and there were just a lot of really lovely announcements as part of it. Like, we got to watch wolves playing for the most part. Because that was a great example of, like, you drop a ball in for enrichment and how they notice it and how they play it and or play with it, and everything is very real, animal-like and natural feeling. And there's very meaningful management as you construct these perfect habitats for your animals and appealing to them, and making sure that they're happy as a way to bring in guests rather than just cramming them all into little pens and seeing how many profits you can get how quickly. And you can join the fauna and ecosystems network in the game to fulfill like adventures in career mode, and it looks fantastic. There's also like I think their Zoopedia is probably going to open up soon to show what all the animals will be, or at least what more of them will be. But it's so gorgeous. It was like looking at Animal Planet instead of a video game. They also talked about Tales of Sekio, or Sekiu. And Tales of Sekiu is a like peaceful farming sim set on an island that was very clearly like Japan or like Japanese culture inspired. But you restore your ancestral home and you bond with the villagers and you shapeshift into different spirit forms to explore the world. But you didn't see that part coming. You're probably like, oh, farming sim. Shape-shifting farming sim full of transforming into like various yokai, you know, various spirits. You and your sister start your new lives in an old farmhouse filled with memories and hopefully room to become something new. And it's not a place you rush through. It's a place you return to. And your days follow the rhythm that you create. And some days maybe you'll farm. Some days maybe you'll decorate. Some days maybe you'll stumble across something you weren't expecting. But no matter what you're doing, there's just like all this beautiful, rich, atmospheric gorgeousness full of spirits and the history of the places and the quiet worries that people think of. There's also like an otter person who's a fisherman. The otter person was great. Yeah, let me drop this theme link. You're a descendant of the Fox clan, though, and so you carry the gift of shape-shifting, and so you can charge through fields as a boar. You can soar around as a tengu and be a crow person. You can slip through waves as water spirits. You can explore hidden ruins and distant hilltops and sunken treasures, and the world changes over time rather than like the seasons flipping like switches. The cherry blossoms will give way to summer heat. Autumn leaves will start to appear and then fall. Like, it's very gradual as the world breathes with you through this game. And it's gorgeous looking. Of course, Ruby, it's good to see you. So that was very cool. That was very, very cool looking. And then the showcase also showed Spiritstead, which is another city builder in a world full of magic, where you care about the citizens of a village, using magical powers and the help of hidden spirits that you discover along your way. You don't turn into the spirits, but you oversee the lives of so many. But since there's so many spirits willing to help take care of the people who live on the lands that they love, you meet all sorts of quirky, weird things as you manage the village. And I do like that it's like a village management game instead of just kind of the same 5 types of mechanics that we're used to. Hi, OG Happy Dude. It's good to see you. Hey, nerd. How's it going? So it also had like a really interesting art style. This one. I like it. But yeah, it's much more management sim than like farming or life sim. It's one of the ones with a demo though. So that was Spiritstead. New demo just came out. Easygoing city builder set in a world of magic. And then there was the Paralives exclusive with the unpacking themed update that's now free on Steam. So for those of you in chat who are saying how excited you are about Paralives, that new update is available now. We talked about Dungeon Tourists. I believe that we talked about Beast Folk Barber, which is a narrative hairstyling game set in a city where humans and beast folks live side by side. It felt very like Fursona designer. But yeah, humans and beast folks and what looked like maybe demons all live with each other, and you're the hair salon for all of these various types of entities. And it was very, very narrative driven, and it looked like it would be up a lot of people here's alleys. I was clutching my desk in excitement and bracing myself for the fact that there's another new Moomin game. So we have that Moomin game that we were just exploring and super giddy about before, because Moomin Troll's Winter's Warmth we were very excited about and just played the demo recently. And now Moomin Midsummer Madness is also coming this year. So we experienced winter in Moomin Valley. Now we'll get to experience summer mischief with Moomin Troll and Lil Mai. So that was very cool. That was a world premiere. Waterfall. You collect various animals to tackle different terrain types, but it's like a terraforming game where you're digging riverbeds to guide water to areas that desperately need it, and helping create shapes that grow plants and basins and attract animals to habitats again and make the land less barren. It was very cute if you want to have sort of that that bird's eye god mode view of things and terraform a world to make it more habitable. It seemed very hopeful and full of like creating beautiful oases. I don't know how to pluralize oasis. Deer and Boy comes out in less than 20 days. It was very cinematic platformer about a runaway boy and the fawn that he meets. And as they bond, then their abilities sort of shape their adventure and their abilities grow together. And the art style of this the cinematic views of everything. Oh boy. Yeah, also stopping my rambling, my rapid fire review of the showcases today so far. OG Happy Dude. Being in a food coma from how well we were eating from Summer Game Fest last night is so valid. This whole week of game announcements, we've been talking about how it's just been like banger after banger, and depending on the types of games you're into, it's been good eating for everybody. There's nobody who's left hungry this week so far. There's been horror. There's been FPS. There has been so many things. Tifa in Street Fighter. Yeah, Tifa in Street Fighter. We have Resident Evil Veronica has so many of us like screaming. I was like shaking and sweating and trying not to cry. Like I was so excited. I was losing my mind yesterday. It started with Resident Evil Veronica and ended with Tifa in Street Fighter, and I was here for every single morsel yesterday that they were feeding us. Oh my god, it was so good. We're eating well this week, friends. Okay, so back to the Wholesome Direct for a second. Let me think. Next after that, there was also Rubber Bird, which was a world premiere where you're Rub, who is a bird, and you're wondering things like, why do you have arms? Why can you stretch the way that you do, unlike everyone else? You don't look like a normal bird, and you don't feel like a normal bird. but it's like a physics platformer that's very goofy and silly. And as you use your arms instead of wings, then you climb various maps. I'm trying to think what it reminds me of. What's that game where you're trying to get out into like outer space by climbing stuff precariously? It's like that, but as a really cute, silly, fun bird. Anyway, I think that some of the people in this community would be really into it, even if it's not for me. But graphically, it was like a very fun looking game. It's just not necessarily my vibe. I think people who enjoy certain kinds of like goofy physics platformers would love it though. There was Hako Spaces. You unlock cute residents, you watch them hang out together, you do some gardening, you enjoy the scenes that you build in their various types of environments and like floating islands and stuff. We saw Donchi Days in both of the things today. We talked about Cappy Castaway, which was co-op Untitled Goose Game, but with a crow and a capybara. Anamori is a girl with a frail heart whose gift is to see forgotten memories of other people. And so you dive into her world with every object holding a story and memories that might change her or other people's lives forever. And the art style, God, I have to show you the art style. Hold on. For anyone who missed it earlier, look at the I think this is gonna be great. I think it's gonna be fantastic. That does not have a release date yet, but I just know it's gonna be a banger. There was Colorbound. Colorbound was in that showcase earlier. It's by Whitethorn Games, and it's about a young Aymara boy with the power to reshape the world through color, and his pan flute that shoots color out of it. And you're reshaping it in a heartfelt puzzle platformer journey to reunite his late grandfather's band for one last tribute performance to his grandfather. And so when his grandfather dies, you set off to reunite his bandmates in a tribute to him and reshape the world in the process. And you literally hold the power in your pan flute of color to literally shape the world around you. And, turn... There's dusty deserts and cities in ruin and flourishing forests, and you can make the world heal with your music and your color. And I think that's going to be really hard for me to play, but in a good way. I was like, how can they open with Veronica? And then you ate your dang words. Yeah, happy dude, for sure. Benny, you're right. It's a certified banger summer. Welcome back from ads, everybody. I appreciate you sticking around. You're curious about the witch game? Yeah, 1666 looks so good. I ate well yesterday as a horror fan. 1666 looks so good. 1666, if it's what it looks like and you play witches seeking revenge on the 1600 society, and making them reap what they have sown, amazing. If you're hunting the witches, I actually will have less of a good time, I think. But I'm very curious about it. I'm very excited about it. And from the creator of Assassin's Creed, I feel like we're going to be in good hands. But I used to be really, really into Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, the showcases so far have been really great. I'm in love. Certified banger summer TM. Copyright. Etc. Okay. God, there were so many games in the Wholesome Direct. Cozy Grove had an announcement. A lot of people really like Cozy Grove. Cozy Grove Camp Spirit. My big thing is trying to figure out... I didn't catch if that was... It's a sequel. I wasn't sure if it was a sequel or a DLC. It is a sequel, which is very exciting. Okay, so new crafting, new buildings, a bunch of new stuff. A bus crash has left you stranded alone on a mysterious yet delightfully cute island. So you'll explore more island, meet and befriend cute new ghosts and spirits and entities. And like before, you help them remember their past and find peace while customizing beautiful campsites for the spirits to hang out around your fires at night. Crafting and decorating and building furniture and bringing life back to the island and bringing color back to the island that had felt muted for a long time. And reuniting your lost scout troop as you gradually repair your bus so you can leave. But there are a bunch of new forever friends and new animal companions, which is really great. You can now pet a dog, and you can also have a snail that's a cargo snail that will hold all your stuff on its shell for you as like a little pack mule kind of vibe. It also has asynchronous multiplayer mode, which the original didn't. So the new asynchronous multiplayer mode lets you see spooky, cute astral projections of other players and connect with fellow spirit scouts and send and receive cute gifts through the mail. But it's not an MMO, and you don't have to actually ever interact with your fellow players, let alone in real time. You're just free to discover and explore and gift things on your own, in your own time, at your own pace if you want to. There are new spoopy mysteries to investigate. The secrets of how everybody's connected and the interconnected islands you've landed on are mixed with like daily quests so that your patience and diligence get rewarded and you get new areas to unlock to explore if you actually do stuff. No griefing, I'm in. It's funny because it kind of reminds me of back when Dead Island first came out. I loved that I had the option of seeing when other players were around and we could possibly interact if we both wanted to. And if we wanted to and we agreed, then you could join each other's games and help each other out for a minute, for a mission, for 5 minutes, for 3.5 minutes, for an hour and a half. It didn't really matter because it wasn't like for a specific mission or a specific amount of time. It was just like, I'm running up the beach this way. Somebody else is running down the beach. We stop for a second because we saw each other. And then it's like, hey, hi, are you good? Do you need help with anything? Because I could totally use another person for this mission if you could help me beat the boss that's over that bridge right there. Oh, yeah, let's go do that. And then they hop in my car and then we go. And then we don't see each other again because you can tell when another player is like right next to you if you have the right settings on, but otherwise not so much. You don't like always see all the people playing the game at the same time. But like if they're right next to you, you can see them if you have the right settings on. and they don't necessarily get to talk to you unless you want them to. And then if you both agree, you can like join each other's parties, and then you see each other the whole time, and they join your instance of the game. And then when you end the party, you're back in your own instances of the game like nothing happened. But you've both done the things that you did during the shared instance. And so I like asynchronous multiplayer. I think that asynchronous multiplayer is a great way to handle things, where you just sort of see astral projections of other people and can interact if you want to, but not in like big major ways. I dig that. But yeah, okay, so I'm excited for a Cozy Grove sequel. There was a Croakwood, which was a frog game. You're building a frog settlement and exploring a really lush ancient forest full of hidden secrets and new areas and new opportunities, and guiding a frog community into like a magical new existence. And the graphics on it were adorable. But again, I like city management sometimes as a treat, because as I was talking about earlier, I love horror, and I love chasing horror with something low stakes. I love intense gameplay, and I love chasing intense gameplay with something not intense at all. I actually think that's why a lot of people do the like cozy or wholesome games and horror games combo on their channels. But I've always been a big fan of treating it almost like liquor and having like a chaser after something intense, you know? Like again, Higurashi, the anime When They Cry in America, or in the English title, Higurashi no Nakarini is one of my favorite anime of all time. But it is, I mean, since it came out, it still to this day makes lists for some of the most intense, gruesome, devastating anime that have ever come out, right? And so you can't really just recommend that show to people. But it's one that I hold in my heart as a thing that I really enjoy. But I also used to watch Bottle Fairy right afterwards. So I'd watch people get brutally murdered or brutally murdering, and like devastating reality shattering events happen. And then I would watch an episode of a show with little tiny fairies that can fit inside of little craft bottles on a guy's desk, who had come down to earth to make it better and make this guy's life better, being cute and watching firework displays and eating sweet potatoes. Like, it was, sometimes you need the Resident Evil Veronicas and 1666 Amsterdam Witches, etc., to be chased by Discounty, where it's still everything falling apart, and you're like, is there something eldritch going on? Are people being abused, etc.? But what horrible powers are overtaking my community, and do I care? But also cute. Or In the Drift, which was shown earlier today, right? Where you're fixing internet in space and you're traveling around an asteroid belt, repairing connections in like a dreamy narrative platformer, about how to connect people and information in a situation in reality where everything's literally drifting apart and disconnecting around you physically. How do you connect the unseen elements? You gotta have that dichotomy. Flea is like, I've never seen Bottle Fairy, but you're like the only other person I know who has ever mentioned it. Okay, hold on. Yu Yu Hakusho, then Fruits Basket. Sort of. I think Yu Yu Hakusho is not nearly intense enough for the level of brutal whiplash that I'm describing using as a chaser. But yeah, it's very Yu Yu Hakusho than Fruits Basket. Okay, so when they cry, I actually reference this anime sometimes when Resident Evil 7 speedrunning, because there's a scene where a character stabs herself in the head while talking to somebody, and it reminds me of Mia at the beginning of Resident Evil 7 when she's knocking herself out against the wall. Reminds me so much of it, just without a knife. It's like the same kind of throwing her head into the wall, just without a kitchen knife between her head and the wall. But people have probably seen things from this show before. It also has some cute moments. It really does. There's some really cute moments in Higurashi where, like, this character loves Colonel Sanders and collects cute Colonel Sanders plushies and statues. Lot of blood, lot of crying, a lot of paranoia, but also, like, cute games and adorable snacks and friendship and magic. Okay, and then this is Bottle Fairy. These are the 4 fairies. They're like 2.5, 3 inches tall. Where's that picture again? This is them holding actual normal size crayons. Look how tiny they all are. Also, look at their cute little flying fairy cat companion that's about the size of a penny. You know? It's blood, not raspberry jam. Yeah. Yeah, that's all blood, not raspberry jam. Could you imagine that level of waste of raspberry jam? That would be way worse than blood. I'd way rather people spill blood than raspberry jam. Food waste is not okay. Anyway, Bottle Fairy was an anime that aired from October to December of 2003. And each episode was only 12 minutes long. It's 13 episodes. They like literally sleep in bottles. They're like little homes. They live in bottles. And they go on adventures with their human host. And it was all like hand-drawn animation. But 4 fairies, Kururu, Chiruri, Saurara, and Hororo, have come to the human world in little bottles, and their truest wish is to become human. And they find a young man who they name Sensei-san, who teaches them about the human world so they can try to become humans someday. And literally, you would never guess. Does anyone want to guess what famous voice actor is in this weird niche anime? Because the casting makes me laugh. But so he's trying to teach them about what being human is like, and they're always disappointed that their wishes aren't coming true and they're not becoming humans. And it's like a very adorable, heartfelt tale. I don't think Matt Mercer's career had even started back then. Matt Mercer. I mean, I was literally showing the answer on my screen, but oh, I guess he has been working in games and animation since 2002. Never mind. Yuri Lowenthal is Sensei-san. Which is like wild to me. Is it gonna show? Hello? Yuri Lowenthal. So Yuri Lowenthal has done a lot. At that point, he was already very famous. Like, his career was careering really hard already by 2003. In some ways. Like, he was in a lot of Cartoon Network and, like, Toonami shows already and stuff like that. But yeah. No. That would be my chaser for watching some of the most gruesome, horrific horror anime that's ever been made. And I'm not mad about it. Also, as far as like the voices of the fairies, they were voice acted by people like the lady who played the voice of Colette in all the like Tales of Symphonia and everything. Another one was voiced by Nilani from Code Geass. There was a famous idol, like Japanese idol, that was also a voice actress, who was, funnily enough, in both Higurashi and in Bottle Fairy, and so it was weird to hear her voice in both. I thought that was actually like kind of the funniest, weirdest thing, because that was not intentional. That was not intentional at all. But Yuri Lowenthal was the English voice of Sensei-san. And a lot of people know him from like being the prince in Prince of Persia, or being Sasuke in Naruto, Ben in Ben 10, Jinosaki in Afro Samurai. He was Simon in Gurren Lagann. Suzaku in Code Geass, I believe. He's been in all sorts of stuff. And then his wife is also very famous. Tara Platt is Soup's famous. Because she's been voices for Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Fire Emblem, Marvel vs. Capcom, Saints Row, Bayonetta, Soul Calibur, all sorts of stuff. Power couple. Anyway, I love chasing horror with cute is the point, or horror with wholesome, or horror with like puzzles and stuff. It's a vibe. And so eating so well with horror earlier today and yesterday, but then knowing that there's like a million games that are going to be absolutely badass. Okay, we talked about all those and all those and all those and those ones. Oh, we talked about Frog Settlements. There's also a Froggy Cafe game called Froggy Brew. I'm worried I'm missing stuff, because there were a couple games that like, oh right, yes, reject all. There was a game called Hila, where you're cute mouse explorers in a almost hyper realistic setting that was really adorable. That's why Doom Gaiax Isabelle is a thing. Exactly. there's so many cute things that came out or that were announced earlier today. I like more of the ones where there's puzzles or crafting or things like that. But there were a lot of really story-driven games that were in here too. I'll do a full breakdown with a list and links and my initial opinions and everything. I will say Wild Chorus feels an awful lot like the exact kind of surrealism that I enjoy. For those of you who missed that trailer specifically. You're returning music and sound to an otherwise silent world. I like the art style a lot. It reminds me a little bit of like In Space and Time almost, in like some of the line qualities. In contrast, like In Space and Time with some Wandersong design choices almost, but in like a completely new and unique way. Just like graphically certain elements reminded me of those two games, but everything else in here feels so new and special. Do you see why this one stuck out to me? It's like so cool and weird and interesting and musical. And if anybody knows that I love some good musical stuff that's a little outside the box, I think it's R2 at this point after all the yapping I did in Discord last night. Yeah, Wild Chorus. Wild Chorus looks super cool. But yeah, there'll be a giant, big ol' list coming to a blog near you. And then the recap for story-rich games would be it was an inaugural event. It looked very cool. There were showcases with a number of hosts and media partners and people from NoClip and This Week in Video Games and the queer women-owned independent publishing company Mothership was featured, which was awesome, as well as the cozy content creator Mad Morph that like does hosted segments. A Line Held Tight by Humble Grove has a new demo out. The Canary is the character in the middle of a maelstrom, and the tensions are very high in the mining colony where you work, and you're separated from the rest of society by a vast expanse of space. And the art style was really devastating and hand-drawn. But the narrative read almost a little bit like if I had to put a comparison note, let's see. Dialogue menus and dialogue displays almost had a Disco Elysium feel to how it was presented. Am I Nima? A psychological horror game where you must combine the words in your brain and convince your mom that you are really her daughter and not something that looks like her daughter who replaced it. But also, I'm not entirely sure if you are her daughter or something that wants to assume the role of it. Are you Nima? I can't actually tell from the trailer, and I'm excited about that. Ambrosia Sky Act 1 had come out last November. Ambrosia Sky Act 2 was announced today, and it will drop at the beginning of August. Apple Crumble by Happy Broccoli Games. We love Happy Broccoli here. Apple Crumble is a fully voice-acted interactive mystery thriller that is like a combo of mouthwashing and Knives Out mysteries. And we watch every Knives Out production in my Discord every time one drops. So I know that saying like it's Knives Out about your grandma is going to intrigue some people. It's Knives Out meets mouthwashing, and it's your grandma's 84th birthday, and nobody is trying to murder her for sure. So stop suspecting all your family members of trying to murder her, and don't worry about the strange men in your bedroom, and like, don't worry about it. Everything is clearly fine and normal at your grandma's 84th party or 84th birthday party, and nobody's trying to do anything. It's fine. Okay? It's definitely not a creepy, cozy mystery thriller from the creators of Duck Detective and Kraken Academy. Nothing could ever go wrong in a game that's by Kraken Academy and Duck Detectives developers. So yeah, Apple Crumble is a suspenseful interactive mystery set in your grandma's birthday, where one of the guests is out to knife your nan, but you don't know who, but you're sure that somebody's trying to kill her. And it's down to you to uncover the truth and explore your childhood home and reconnect with your dysfunctional family and work out who you can trust before it's time for tea in a short, twisty thriller. And I don't know, I'm excited. I think it should be really interesting. And there's a cast like your beloved grandma, your stressed out mom, your midlife crisis uncle, the weird man that happens to be in your childhood bedroom. Why is he there? You. It's only like an hour and a half long, but I think it should be really interesting. And I'm curious if there's going to be multiple endings or not. Building Relationships was the game by Tan Ant Games, where it's a silly dating adventure game where you're a house on an adventure and you're rolling around the world, tumbling your whole structure around to meet other structures that might be suitable for you to engage with. The whole showcase opened on Burn 9 by 11 Productions. Or no, 14 Hours Productions. I thought they were 11 Hours Productions. Hold on a second. No, it's 14 Hours. Burn 9 is a spy thriller where you're not the spy. You're safe behind your screen. You're guiding the last survivor of an elite Black Ops team in a desperate attempt to salvage a mission gone horribly wrong, but you're safe. You're behind a screen. Nothing bad could happen, right? And you're caught between military command and your agent, and information is your greatest weapon. And so it's a sci-fi visual novel, choices matter, alternate history game with really cool graphics that I think a lot of people are going to be really into. Hold on a second. Look at this. Yeah, I think people are going to be really into this graphically. I think a lot of people are going to absolutely devour this. But yeah, when a top secret military research facility in Antarctica goes black, an elite strike force of cybernetically enhanced Black Ops super soldiers is dispatched But minutes into the mission, the helicopter shot down and there's only one survivor, and now you're her only lifeline, and your information is your only weapon in either direction. I don't know, it sounds like it'll be a great game with pressure and high stakes, but at a pace that you control. And you'll report up the chain of command while also feeding her information she needs to survive. And you may you may receive orders from higher up that conflict with what's unfolding in front of you. And you have to choose how you get your agent to the objective and complete the mission, whatever it takes. Because no matter what you do, there will be a cost, and it has to be a cost you have to live with. So I think that's going to be really cool. That one piqued my interest instantaneously. There was also Catechesis, which is by Baroque Decay, and it's by the creators of Yuppie Psycho. It has a new demo that just dropped, and the new trailer was full of exclusive gameplay and content that we hadn't seen before. And so you explore cities, battle demons, upgrade tech, embark on unforgettable journeys with anime-style cutscenes, but embracing the darkness of being a demon-possessed altar boy in that horror RPG. It's very, very much pixel art when it's not in the cutscenes. But you play as Daniel, who's an altar boy from a fringe religion, who then becomes possessed by a demon when bitten by a demon mosquito. Well, a demon disguised as a mosquito. And now every good deed he does opens a gateway to hell. So he must be virtuous during the day and battle demons all night. And he's trying to save his grandpa's life without dooming the entire world to eternal hellfire. As you struggle between being virtuous and doing the good deeds that you know will make you a good person and the world a better place, but also unleashing demons and the consequences of that if you unleash more than you can kill. And then there were a bunch of different mini games. There's like at least baseball and like a Connect 3 or Connect 4 type of game. There was almost like Bejeweled elements. Citizen Sleeper Universe had its big announcement that Citizen Sleeper and Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector were coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Jinachi Days, where was a story-driven slice of life adventure that was in both showcases, set in Japan in like the mid 2000s, where you reconnect with neighbors and try to rebuild your hometown and bring it back together as you surf the web and play mini games in like a chaotic, bittersweet tale about a girl and her grandma who is living with Alzheimer's, and your capybara friend who has a melon bread for a brain, and I think it was by Gingham House. There were a group of people who worked on that game. But you face malevolent forces and uncover the truths about your town and deal with your grandmother's failing memory at the same time. And I think it'll be really interesting. It almost reminded me a little bit of the anime School Days. But it had almost a WarioWare level of like mini games that flashed by in the trailer. So I don't know exactly what the gameplay will be like, but it looked really fascinating. And like it is supposed to be cozy, but it's ultimately going to be gut-wrenching. Demon School was featured. It was an RPG tactics battle game with DLC that focuses on puzzle battles, where you must solve the board while clearing it of enemies. and that was really interesting. Each puzzle is carefully set up to only have one solution, so it sounds incredibly difficult, and it's by Necrosoft. Or excuse me, it's already out, but the update was announced today. So it has the big DLC that was the announcement today. And it's also coming to Switch 2 for those of you who are interested in that kind of thing. Hi, Retro. Illy. We're almost done. We're almost done catching up, I swear to God. Okay. That was Demon School. Desktop Explorer is one of my biggest takeaways from this game. Desktop Explorer revealed their first on-camera segment with never before seen footage today. Of the game's second and third chapters that are focused on how gameplay evolves as the game progresses, and revealed narrative details that I had no idea about. I'm really excited for that. Basically, your uncle has given you his old PC as living inheritance, and to your surprise, it still turns on, and inside there's a letter that tasks you with investigating a missing persons case he's been trying to solve with a mysterious puzzle game called Desktop Explorer. And you'll learn that your uncle was not the only person who had used the computer before, but also was not quite who you thought he was, and you have no idea how to solve this missing persons case as you dive deeper and deeper into this like 90s atmospheric digital mystery that's very like Windows 96 or like Windows 98 energy, with totally not Clippy being a horror element from what I could tell, or that's how I interpreted him. But you discover chat logs and file explorers and corrupt applications, and try to open like different pictures to line up puzzles, and listen to very cool soundtracks from what I heard. And there's pre-installed computer games you can play on the old computer. And it really seemed like it explores what it is to be a hurt human. Depression and trauma and family grief and maybe some gore. So I'm really excited to see what Reoccurring Dreams has come up with as a developer. That game comes out the middle of next month, and I'm going to see if I can get my hands on a review key. Detective Turner, If Looks Could Kill by All Day, All Night, is a text-driven murder mystery game. And it's like an old school detective game that's Knives Out meets Devil Wears Prada. So a second game that has Knives Out inspo, but it's a high contrast, select color visual novel, or like graphic novel inspired visual style. With like a very distinctive text first approach to everything you investigate, and you literally read between the lines of the game. I have to show you all the trailer again because it was so impressive and cool to me in the moment we saw it earlier. RGB, I hope you're doing well. Also, RGB, I got your DLC right here. No, I'm sorry. Okay, the trailer. Look at how rad this looks. So as you explore things, it'll be written on the things or the surfaces around them. And you can click on words in the environment of the things you explore in order to interact with those things. I don't know why it's not letting me full screen it. There we go. You're asking the wrong questions. Anyway, I think that the art style is really fabulous. I really, really like the art style of Detective Turner, If Looks Could Kill. And that comes out next year, in theory. There was Duppy Detective Tasha, which is based on Caribbean folklore, but it's a point-and-click mystery adventure where you have to solve a horrific murder and then also get your phone back from potentially the killer. Grave Seasons by Perfect Garbage, which is such a good developer studio name. They talk about choices behind killers and victims and potential romances today. But they wanted to make a game that was atmospheric and horrific and repulsive. So it's a narrative farming sim with terrifying twists that are absolutely repugnant. And somebody in the town for this farming sim is a supernatural serial killer. And so you're farming and maybe romancing people, but also trying not to get serial murdered and trying to hopefully figure out who is the serial murderer, who is your serial killer. But this idyllic town that you've moved to farm, like you've escaped jail and you made your way to a new home, a super idyllic town. But the idyllic town is seriously unsettling once you get there. It's too idyllic, and then everything is really unnerving. And then as you try to establish a life for yourself, murders start to occur, putting your new peaceful life after escaping jail totally at risk. And so you'll grow crops and fish and mine and participate in the local economy the way that you expect from a farming sim. But then also what you harvest will play a critical role in your ability to unravel the mysteries of the town. So you've got to be intentional with what you're harvesting. Also, when I say that they're murders, it's not like, oh, town folks disappear. Like you find, like, oh, the whole hill near your farm is just trails of blood and smeared body parts and damaged items. And so you'll get wrapped up trying to find the clues and investigating the dark truth of what's happening. Also, what's a little breaking and entering between friends anyway, right? And then you got to figure out, hopefully, who the next victims are and protect them so that more blood isn't spilled. And you can craft items to try to ward off the evil stalking town. Also, who you befriend and romance matters. So finding the serial killer is no easy task. As you do, you'll need to complete quests for the town folks and build their trust. And yes, you can even romance the killer. But everything you do or don't do will always affect the story. And I think that that's very cool. I like when your inactions impact stories as much as your actions do. Because frankly, that's how real life works. Sometimes your inaction or delay in making a choice impacts life more than if you had just made the choice when it was first presented to you and taken that risk. There was Jeanette de Mornay is a Slumlord and a Witch by Fuzzy Ghost. It was a release date and platform announcement today because it's going to be PC, Mac, and PS5. It comes out later this year. But rent money is dead money, and your landlord is expecting payment in full. And so you puzzle your way out of a maze of deprived magical appliances and super unhinged diaries of debauched, faded television celebrity landlord of yours. And it's set in a crumbling Sydney terrace. And you're renting this hellscape. And it's sort of a comedy horror escape room with some classic survival horror set cameras. And it's inspired by Beetlejuice and Poltergeist and Resident Evil 2, but without the zombies. So it's ridiculous, but horrifyingly relevant as a found family of queer lives sort of live together and try to reach out to each other with landlord overreach and television shopping network divas involved. So that seemed really interesting. Lost in the Roots was also really interesting. The developers are set to release it very soon. And it takes place in the same world as No, I'm Not a Human, which should be really gross. But from what we could tell, it's fully voice acted. The whispers of the forest might lead you to uncover the secret truths of this world. And you wake up in some stranger's attic with an IV in your arm as the start of the game from what we got from the trailer, which is a wild opening choice. Penguin Colony is a new Lovecraftian game by Origame, set in 1939, where Nazis and other groups, Nazi scientists and other groups, are all racing to Antarctica to be the architects of mankind, and unlock ancient, eldritch, otherworldly powers for themselves. And so you play in a game that's 2 years after Lovecraft's death, in a game that asks who Lovecraft's protagonists might have been in that era, following a colony of penguins as they observe the horrors of Nazi scientists and other people from mankind doing all of this. Whereas the indigenous populations of this area, or an indigenous population, seek to return the ancient powers to its slumber before they can be exploited. And the players don't play as the indigenous people trying to stop it or as the Nazi scientists trying to do it. You embody the local penguins wandering the frozen landscapes and following the humans in their discoveries and witnessing their minds collapse under the strain of what they have done. Which is such a fascinating way to imagine Lovecraft. And it's a multi-story weird fiction combo of At the Mountains of Madness and A Shadow Out of Time. So it's part adaptation, part reimagination, an expansion on the mythos, all the things I love to see. Servant of the Lake is the newest Rusty Lake game. It's the most ambitious game of theirs yet. It's a point-and-click adventure. So you're at the Vanderboom house, the infamous Vanderboom family. We've played the Rusty Lake games before. When we go on BRB and there's that creature David that sucks that rabbit dry, and I'm like, damn it, David, that's Rusty Lake. Anyway, so we now work at the Vanderboom family in this game, and there are visitors arriving soon, so we've got to start our housekeeping duties immediately, solving puzzles, doing daily tasks, looking after the household, welcoming guests and ensuring their comfort, while also helping the family achieve weird alchemical ambitions of theirs mostly. Should be really weird. I got a sort of puzzle escape room energy from it as well. And I think that covers everything that was in the demo that isn't already out. They did cover some games that are already out that are in bundles, like Titanium Court. There is a story-rich bundle that's available on the sale page. That's Crow Country, Yuppie Psycho, Times and Galaxy, Underground Blossom, Pine, A Story of Lost. Thank Goodness You're Here, Great God Grove, No, I'm Not Human, Venba, Duck Detective, and I think that's all of them. I think it's 10 that are on sale for the next week. So if you want to check out a bunch of indie story-rich titles, they're all in a massive discount and bundled together right now. There was also talk of Mermaid Mask, which I don't think we mentioned in there. It comes out next month. It's by the same people as Crow Country. It's also a point-and-click detective adventure, because those are very popular right now. But there was an impossible locked room murder And so you're trying to figure it out as ancient cauldrons and the world's strangest submarine and sketchy suspects are everywhere, making it an almost impossible case to take on. There's also Nirvana Noir, which is a psychedelic point-and-click adventure detective game. Oh no, we mentioned that because it's the one where you are in a city of cosmic beings that is under threat, and there's two parallel realities pushing against each other. One where the Big Bang that starts the universe never happened, and the other exploding with color, but also exploding with sin. And so you have your black and white noir world where everything's sort of contained and nothing ever moved. And you have the everything's on fire, chaos and evolution and sin dynamic. So you solve the mysteries of the Bigger Bang in a follow-up to the award-winning game Genesis Noir. So this is a sequel, and it looks really cool. There was Shelf Life Art School Detective, where there's an art killer terrorizing the campus of your art school. And so you are befriending and investigating 9 potential suspects and using your psychic powers to astrally project into the world of art and discover its secrets on both sides of the veil. There was some really cool stuff. Both showcases and a bunch of the other showcases from Summer Games Fest week all have demos available on Steam already. So what we're going to do is I have to raid out. I have to be done with Strim. I'm glad to have said hi to so many people, and I'm so excited that, RGB could be here after sorting and shelving 1,500 games and could share feeling accomplished, and so many people could hang out today and be lovely. And I'm so excited that we have been so well fed by Summer Games Fest already. That being said, I have some stuff I have to take care of for my IRL life. And so we were only streaming the 2 showcases this morning. And I think that we covered them really thoroughly. That being said, thank you for joining me. And I hope you tell me which of the games you are most excited about. There will be blog posts and Discord posts and uploads on YouTube about all of it. I'm also going to be recording, watching, and reacting more in real time to all of the other showcases, because there were like 14 of them and we're only live streaming 3. So watch for those to come out throughout the rest of June. And we'll also explore the demos from all the various showcases on different days. But I found where we're going to go. We're going to go right into VKTV, who I adore, who is celebrating 10 years streaming on this platform. Oh, I did that wrong. Hold on. There we go. I like how everyone spells streamiversary differently. Okay. It was so nice to see so many of you, some of which I don't usually get to see. Maybe there's something to this whole Saturday morning thing. That sounds fake. Maybe there's something to this whole Saturday thing. Mornings feel fake. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Don't forget to be awesome. I will see you all next time. Thank you to everybody who came by. Thank you for people maintaining their streaks, claiming their treats, claiming their seats, doing all this stuff. Thank you to my mods who lurked and hung out. Thank you to everybody for the sweet words. If you wanted to see my screaming in the Discord, feel free to join the Discord. Once you introduce yourself in the intro channel, you'll gain access to the rest of the Discord, including the channel where I've been screaming. And if you want to follow me anywhere else because you can't be in the Discord, that's okay too. All of my thoughts will get typed up and put out on my blog soon, which is on my website, which is the second link. Okay, love you, bye! Take care of yourselves, don't forget to be awesome, have a good weekend, bye! Say hi to